Should we have an intro?
This is our podcast intro.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the HTS podcast. I have to burp, but it kind of went away, so never mind. I don't have to burp no more. My name is Oscar. This is my sister Sophia. This is our podcast. It's called the HTS podcast. HTS, no I. There we go. Thank you for coming back.
So gross.
As you'll see, this is officially my new place for the podcast. I moved to LA. Last week was the first episode since I've been in LA, but this is officially going to be the set for me here. I might rearrange a thing or two, but I'm pretty happy with it, so I don't think I'm going to. But anyways, Sophia, what are we doing today?
I have a game for you.
Oh, yeah. A little while ago, like 2 episodes ago, 3 episodes ago, Sophia introduced the game. I don't know if I kept it in the episode where she explains the game to me, and she was like, we'll play it next week. And then I, like a responsible, reasonable adult, prepared, and I had the fucking game ready to go the next time we recorded. And Sophia didn't. So Sophia played the game on that time, and I didn't, but now it's my turn to play the game. Let me explain it to you. It's a really stupid game. I don't understand it. But anyway.
It's the word chain.
The word chain, where she gives me a word. There's 4 words or 5 words. And she gives me the first word. And then she gives me the first letter of each of the
6
next words. And then I'm supposed to figure out the words based off of the association with the previous word and the first letter of the new word. But Sophia
and you
wanted
tell
to do
them how many
letters there are and shit. No? Or how many words there are?
That's how how many space, how many letters
Sophia
there are in the word.
kept fucking it all up, and after every guess she wanted to get another letter, and I was like, what the fuck kind of game is this?
That's how it goes.
That's stupid. Anyways, eventually on the last word, this moron couldn't get it, and I literally gave her all but 1 letter. You should go watch it. It's really funny. She literally I gave her all but 1 letter, and she still it wouldn't click in her head what the fuck the word was.
It was hard.
It wasn't.
Anyways, do you need a notepad or something to write down your thing?
No, I'll just do it on my notes.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready. Give me the word.
The first word is center. The first letter to the second word is S. And there's 5 letters in that word. Center stage. Good job. The next letter is H, and there's 4 letters in that letter.
Stagehand.
Damn. Okay. The next letter.
It better not start with a J. That's not funny. Anyways.
The next letter is D, and there's 5 letters to that.
Hand drawn?
Word. Fucking shit, Oscar. You're doing so much better than I did. Okay, the next letter is T, and there's 8 letters to that word.
T?
Yeah.
Drawn T? See, here's the problem with a game like this. Sophia is liable to come up with a phrase or a term that doesn't exist, that isn't a common phrase or term. You know what I mean? Did you look all these up, or did you think of these in your head? Okay, you thought you.
My brain's not that good. Yeah, I put center, and then I looked for one that
you said
there's next, and I was like, okay.
You said there's 8.
8 letters.
Drawn. I can't think of anything that starts with drawn.
At least 1 got them.
Shit, I'm already on 5. Man, that would have been so close. I like how you didn't laugh at all when I was getting them. You were just defeated at shit. It was going so well. That would have been so good.
Whatever.
Initially, I was going towards thought, but THOUGHT. That's only 7. Drawn thoughts? Is that a saying? A phrase?
If it is, I don't know it. And if it is, it's not this one.
Okay.
Do you want the second letter?
Yeah.
Well, you can't have it because that's cheating for you. Just kidding. I'll give it to you. The second letter's O.
O?
Mm-hmm.
Toothless? TOOTHLESS.
Toothless.
That's 9. Drawn tomorrow. I can't think of anything that starts with drawn.
I feel like the next letter will give it away. Do you want it, or do you want to keep guessing?
Yeah, sure.
The next letter is G.
Drawn together?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard that in my life. But anyways. Okay, what's next? Together. Oh,
the next letter.
I guess drawn together. I've heard it not as a standalone phrase of drawn together, but as a the part of a sentence, they were drawn together. You know what I mean? That's not, but it's still not just solo. Anyways, go ahead.
The next letter is F, and there's 7 letters.
7 letters forever. FOREVER. Yeah.
That one I knew you were gonna get, but you got the other ones really fucking fast. And I was like,
This is why Sophia doesn't like
maybe I suck
playing
at this
with
game.
me.
Okay, well, that's all I had for today. Goodbye. That's it. That's the episode.
That's so funny.
I had nothing else to talk about. My life's boring.
Well, that's nice. You know what I thought of earlier to talk about? And this is one of those things that I am convinced I make perfect sense. Like, this makes perfect sense, and everybody does this.
This isn't going to make sense then.
Exactly.
It's not going to make sense.
This makes perfect sense, and everybody does this, but I know Sophia is the fucking type. She's gonna strongly disagree with me and call me crazy and say I'm wrong and stupid. But no
don't
fucking
be crazy
way.
and
Like,
wrong
this
and
makes
stupid,
sense.
and I won't.
This makes sense. Actually, should I try and explain it, or should I show you?
Just show me.
Okay.
I don't want to hear no explanations.
Okay, wait. I'll be right back.
Okay, finally he's gone.
Shut up.
This fucking jackal. It was like, when was it?
When you went to go.
I had left to go do something. Yes, and then he's like a dummy. Oscar is gonna eat something, and he says it's a snack. And I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna be like, I think this is a snack, but other people are gonna think I'm weird for it. Am I right? Is that what's happening right now?
No.
Oh, bro, I literally have like no idea.
Ready?
No?
You ready?
I guess. Okay.
Everybody tell me this makes perfect sense. Because I know Sophia's gonna say I'm stupid. I'm fucking positive she's gonna say I'm stupid. But
what if I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense.
Then
and you're talking all this shit for nothing.
I don't even know you. This is the type of thing where, like, when I think of it, I think it makes perfect sense, and then I'm gonna tell people, and then I think they're gonna agree with me, and then Sophia always doesn't agree with me. So now I'm kind of like
traumatized.
It. Yeah, I'm like flipping the narrative and being like, she's not gonna agree with me. Okay, this is a sandwich. I cannot eat this starting on this side. Like, where the little, the little bump curve round of like the top of the loaf. My first bite and where I take bites and eat from cannot be over here. The bottom where it's like squared. I have to like eat it from here and eat that way. Also, the two loaves have to be facing the same, like the round side has to be the same side. Like, this can't be this way. You know what I mean? Am I right? I'm right about that, right? Like, right?
You're not wrong. But honestly, I can't talk shit because I think I have even weirder sandwich eating habits than you.
Like what?
Because, wait, are you just eating bread or was that actually a sandwich? Because it looked like it was just bread when you showed us.
Hold on. I was going to just go get a piece of bread to illustrate my example, but then I was like, peanut butter sandwiches are pretty good, so I put peanut butter.
Oh, that's why I looked. Okay.
But look, hold up. So like this, it has to be like this. I can't start the first bite over here, and the next bite is going to be over here. What about on the
other side?
The next bite is going to be over here. It cannot be over here. You know what I mean? Like,
can you have started on the other side
on
of the
this
sandwich?
side?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Just as long as the top, one of the top corners?
Well, do you want me to explain why I arrived at this before you tell your sandwich habits? Or why I thought of it? I've been making egg and sausage sandwiches for like lunch and shit. So I made one today. Whatever, made it, threw it together. And then I put the bread on it. And I was putting the bread and I was like, oh no, wait. The bottom one is faced the other way. And then I flipped it. And then I went to the couch and I picked it up to eat it. And I saw the other side and the bread was the original way, the first way. And then I was like, nah, no can do. And I flipped the bread so that the breads were facing the same way. And I didn't even think twice about that. But then when I went to bite it, I bit it from the top. And then I was like, I always bite it from the top like that. And not coincidentally. And if I bite it from the round part, not coincidentally. And if I think about it and you tell me to start eating it from this side, I'm like, fuck you. Like, nah, no way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I'm kind of a child and I don't really like the crust, which is fine. I don't cut it off though. I'll make the sandwich and then I peel the crust and that's the first thing I eat. But I have to peel the crust on all of it. So that, because I can eat it just like that, like it's fine. But then when you do that, the last bite is the crust. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And I could bite around, but then it gets extra messy like that and I don't like that. So I peel the crust on both sides. I don't particularly care if like they're both facing like the same way, if it's upside down or whatever.
No.
Like, because I'm gonna peel the crust anyways, and like usually it doesn't.
No, the crust peels all like with the shape.
Sometimes depends on how careful I am.
I forget that
sometimes I have to like.
She's enough of a child to not like the crust, but enough of an adult to still eat it and not be wasteful.
Yeah. So I can't really judge your sandwich eating habits because I think mine is weirder. TBH. Not gonna lie.
Give me a second. How do you do this every episode? Just be fucking eating and shit. Like, it's because I talk that much, huh? That you just eat while I'm talking. Fucking talk more.
Okay, Oscar.
Wait. Is this
If I
about
was-
sandwiches?
No.
I have more to say on sandwiches. Sorry.
Then you can't talk shit about me not talking to you, so I have more
I'm
to
not
talk
talking
about.
shit. I'm not talking shit. I'm just also if you have a sub sandwich, right? Like the whole thing, like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's cut in
They
half.
cut it in half.
It's cut in half.
Oh, I have strong feelings.
No matter
about this.
which
What are you gonna
side
say?
you're eating, you have to eat it from the cut part.
From the middle first, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I concur. Because I like the edge, like I like the edges. Like usually for me, the way I eat my food in general,
She
I
eats with the
typically
end
save
in
the
mind.
best. Yes, I save the best for last. Like I do. You know what I mean? Because if I eat the best first, then the rest is just gonna be mediocre. And like
It's just disappointing from there.
it's
all
just disappointing.
downhill.
So if I start exactly, so like if I start with the stuff that like, and don't get me wrong, I don't eat stuff I don't like. Like it's not gonna be like the end of the world if I start with the other side first and then go to the cut part. It's just like
It's just wrong.
don't hit the same. Yeah.
Right? Like, especially if it's not
Mhm.
made that well and the ends aren't like they're more bready and they're not as full of like the whatever's in the sandwich. And then if it's toasty, usually the ends are like super hard. Like, and that's cool for the last bite, but it's not cool for the 1st
Mhm.
bite. Like, that makes sense.
I like to crunch.
I mean,
you know.
also speaking of crust and being a child, our older sister Celeste, this is it. We're gonna tell the Celeste story. Shouts out. Our older
Yeah, we do
sister,
have another sibling.
Our older sister is such a fucking child that she doesn't like pizza crust.
Oh, yeah.
And she doesn't eat it. Like 20s, how old is she? Like late 20s. I'm pretty
She's
sure.
about to be 30. She's gonna
Late
hate that.
20s. Late 20s does not eat the crust of the pizza. Will literally leave 2 to 3 crusts on her plate when we go to a pizza place. And then I'm such a fucking fat ass that she looks at me and she's like, "You want the crust?" And I'm like, "You fucking child," and I eat them.
Honestly, sometimes depending on like the place, sometimes the crust is like really good. Like,
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
Not all crusts are made equally.
Yeah.
But I think
No, I like the crust from Grimaldi's. That crust is fucking.
that's what I was gonna say.
Fire.
I think what is conventionally considered better crust, Celeste likes even less. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
real solid, bready, like dense and flavorful, but not sweet at all because it's bread. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I like the crunchy crust. Like, honestly, I think I think I just like crunchy food. Cause like I was saying earlier, I really like popcorn. I like the you know how there's some people who have sound like when you can hear them chewing, like it bothers them, and it's like
Celeste?
oh like
Celeste is so bothered by mouth sounds.
the way that they feel like if like nails on chalkboard, like
Yeah,
that type of like it's
yeah.
just like ugh, right? I am whatever the complete opposite of that is. I love like the crunch
The
like
ASMR
when you
of it,
like yeah, I like that. I like chips. I like bacon.
Croutons.
I like croutons. Yeah, I like my bacon barely not
Literally,
burnt.
like, as
You know
dark
what I
as
mean?
this, like-
Like if I have to choose between like burnt or just flabby bacon that's cooked
Sophia
enough,
hates
I'd rather
flop-
burnt.
Sophia hates wobbly bacon. Like,
Mhm.
anyways, I like floppy bacon, like crispy ass, crunchy, break apart as soon as you touch it into crumbs bacon. Nah, overrated.
Or
it
like
loses
the-
its like it loses the meatiness of it, like, and it's messier.
Or like the cookies, like you know how there's some people who like soft cookies
or
and some
like
people.
crunchy.
I
cookies.
prefer crunchy cookies. And actually, it was so funny because we were at Walmart earlier and we were passing those sugar cookies, like I don't know if they're sugar cookies. It's the soft ones, like usually with the frosting on top.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Sometimes.
You weren't paying attention.
Sometimes Sophia's talking about shit, and my brain is like, okay, don't forget this shit because you want to talk about it right now when she's done talking. Keep thinking about it. And then she'll be like, huh? And I'm like, okay, I didn't hear anything you said.
Anyways, the cookies, I hate those. Do not like them. Like, I don't like that it's not crunchy. I don't like the taste. I just don't like it. Crunchy cookies, though, that's the shit. The cookies, bruh. Cookies are like usually these like grandma. Look, they're good. Like usually the ones
Where
like
the
where
fuck
like
did
the
you get
grandma
them? Where did they
sewing
come
kit.
from? Why do you just have them there?
I might eat that when I finish my popcorn. But anyways, I have snacks on hand.
Sophia
Judge me.
Sophia has courses to her snacks, bro. She's like, I'm gonna start with this salty, buttery popcorn. Nice and
Mhm.
flaky, light, easy, just an intro, you know? Then I'm gonna go to these crunchy ass, sweet, flavorful
Sweet
cookies.
That's
I
the
bet
thing.
she's gonna,
Their
like-
grandma.
I bet she has something to round it out after that, like a drink or something.
Oh, bro, I do. Look. I do. This shit slaps. But anyways, no, these aren't like that sweet, and I like it. Like I like, it's so good.
Oh, we were talking about pizza, and then it reminded me of Dave Portnoy's like one bite pizza reviews. I know you don't know who that is, and I know you don't know what it is because you're a loser. It's so funny. I'm like so cultured in like old non-Gen Z trendy things, and Sophia is not at all. And Sophia is so much more cultured in trendy Gen Z things, and I'm not at all. Anyways, but I've been watching a bunch of his pizza reviews on Instagram because like I watched like 2 of them, and now they keep showing up, and I keep watching. And it reminded me of our food show that we want to do, but I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want nobody to steal our ideas, you know? Because I mean, generally speaking, it's not the first food show anybody's ever had, but I feel like we got some pretty good ideas as far as like how to make it like our own and like unique to like us and the brand and this and that and whatever. And in my head, every now and then I'll think about it. Like, you don't know why this, like, the audience doesn't know why this matters, but you know why, Sophia. I was watching Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs the other day, and I got to that one part, and I was like, yeah, for sure. Like, that's what we're going to do. You know what I mean? When we do the show. Stop showing people things while I'm talking, Sophia. I'm fucking, pay attention to me. Anyways.
I am. Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs.
No, I don't need you to repeat it. I need you to look at me. Anyways.
No.
I saw the one scene with the thing, and I was like, yeah, for sure. That's the way to go. That's going to be great. And then I just thought about that at large and in general, and I'm like, damn, it'd be so cool. It makes me like sad a little bit because I'm like, it would be so cool if we were successful enough to be doing that already, but we're not. You know what I mean? So it continues.
We'll get there.
It has to continue to exist in my mind and in my heart only.
Yeah.
Like, we have a lot of ideas of stuff that we could/would do on YouTube, but we don't necessarily have the resources or the time. So if we did have the resources and or the time, which would come from the exposure and or money, we would do it. But anyways.
Yeah, so watch this whole episode and subscribe. Or like don't, so that's fine too.
Please.
But like please.
We'll love you.
I won't.
Okay, Sophia, I'm gonna stop fucking eating. I'm gonna take another bite or two. You talk.
No, what am I supposed to talk about?
Be interesting.
Vogue. Let's see. Oh, you better not cheat on any of your girlfriends. And if you do, it better not be my best friend, because I'll feel really guilty. Now let me tell you why we came to this conclusion.
What fucking song inspired this? Oh.
It was a show. It's called, I want to say Love and Death. It's the one with Elizabeth Olsen, and it's based off of a true story. There's these two couples, right? They're both married. They both got kids, right? The kids are like bestie boos, right? And Elizabeth Olsen, she's having problems with her mans. And this other guy, he's having problems with like his wife. And so they're like, hey, let's have an affair. And then they have an affair, right? And then they have an affair. But the kids are best friends, right? But the adults aren't best friends. And so Elizabeth Olsen, she has her own best friend. And so she's talking about like, oh yeah, like I want an affair. Dude, this guy, like just something in my brain. I'm like, oh, I want to fuck you, right? And like the other girl's like, oh my god, him? Like that's so weird to him. And not like, oh my god, like you want to cheat on your husband? It's like, no, like if you're gonna cheat, like him, really? Like, you know what I mean? And it's very much this whole like, oh yeah, like that sounds like exciting or whatever. And I'm just like, bro, that's so weird. What a shitty best friend. Like, you know what I mean? I was like,
to not hold her accountable.
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong. If my best friend is cheating on her mans, like I wouldn't tell her mans, but I would tell her, you're being a fucking idiot. Like clearly you're doing this for a reason. And even if like I like him, don't like him, whatever, like whatever. And I'm like, I feel like the only time that would be different is if like 2 of my friends are dating and then like this one starts cheating on like, you know what I mean? That's like a thing. But like I was like,
who did you know first? And who are you close
or who do I get along with better? Yeah, I think honestly, yeah, it's just it like depends.
That's the kind of concept that I think guys have tried to get across to girls for a long time and have to no avail. Where like girls are like, why are guys so okay with their friends cheating on their girlfriends? And it's like, it's not that we're okay with it, but it's like, I'm not his fucking father. First of all, I can't control his actions. Second, he's the one that's my friend, not her. Like I don't even know her. I barely met her. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, fuck, like I can't stop him, but it's also like I'm not gonna go fucking rat either. Like that guy's been there for me. He's had my back. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of hard. Yeah. And so I was thinking, I was like, I think unless it's like my best friend, I feel like guilt wise, like I don't know, I would probably tell the other person. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, it has to be someone like in my instant family. You know what I mean? That like I for sure 100%, no matter the scenario, like I won't say anything. And I was having this conversation with Mom and Celeste, and Mom was like, oh, you wouldn't tell me if like your dad cheated on me or like this and that. I was like,
I wasn't thinking of you guys. Like, that doesn't count. Like, the parents, that's a whole other, like,
Mom
separate
being
issue.
herself.
I'm thinking about, like, when I said that, I was thinking about, like, my siblings, not my parents, you know? And I was like, no, because if it was my parents, it would be like I'm gonna tell. Like, if this happened today, I found out that mom's cheating on Big Oscar, right? I would be like, listen up, lady. I'm gonna tell Big Oscar about your affair tomorrow at 9 a.m. So you
Haven't
better tell him. I'm giving you have until then to tell them, but I'm letting you know. I'm giving you the chance to tell them yourself, but I'm letting you know that I'm telling them.
Is this
at this
funny?
date and time.
Why am I fucking laughing? You're laughing too. Okay. I'm like, I feel like I'm not supposed to be laughing with this, but anyways.
Right? But I was like, no, yeah. But like Oscar and Teresa, I would be like, I would lecture you. I'd be like, you dumb fuck. Like, what are you doing? But I wouldn't go to your partner and be like, she's a whore. Or he's a whore. She's cheating on you. Yeah, with Becky. With the good hair. But,
That's so funny. You said with Becky, and I was like, who the fuck is Becky? You said with the good hair, and I was like, oh, that
with
bitch.
the good hair. Look, see, I know some old references.
I don't even know where
Anyways.
that's from. I just know it's a thing.
No, yeah. And I was like, I think the only time like I would feel some type of way is if like you were dating like my best friend. And I would be like, you motherfucker. Like you
Now you put me in this position to not
you
have
put
her
me.
back.
Yeah. Like, you know? But yeah.
Anyways,
So don't fucking cheat on my best friend.
I have to date him first.
Yeah, don't do that either.
Sophia, there was one time, Sophia, we were talking about dating friends of siblings where I was like, nah, I wouldn't want you to date any of my friends. And she was like, why? And I was like, they're all fucking idiots. And a lot of them are sluts too. And then she was like, I don't know, I would let you date any of my friends. Like, I would let you date so-and-so or so-and-so or so-and-so or so-and-so. And when Sophia was going through it, and I was like, she's an idiot. She's a slut. Like,
That's so rude.
I'm just kidding.
No, I was about to say, like, idiot, some of my friends might be. Sluts, none of them are.
None of them are sluts?
When we were having this conversation, none
Is
of them
slut
are.
a trigger word? Are we going to get in trouble for having that in there?
I have rethought, speaking of dating best friends, I have rethought, I would let you date my friends. I would feel some type of way if you were dating my best friend. Let me explain it, right? Because your best friend is supposed to be like the person like you feel like. I feel inherently like if you started dating my best friend, like
you couldn't be best friends anymore. In
the
same way.
We can still be friends. It's just not the same. You know what I mean? Because like I can't complain.
That tells you about all the shit that goes on between her and her boyfriend. And if the boyfriend is now me, it's like, nah, I can't hear that shit. And then now
I can't hear that shit. And also on the flip side, I was about to say, I'm also on the flip side, I can't like if you're bothering me, because you do sometimes. I can't be like, this fucking guy, like, this isn't that, because then she's likely to, it puts her, one, it'll put her in, like, a weird position, you know what I mean? And two, like, there's likely to be, like, it's just, this was happening, and he's just really stressed, and, like, he doesn't mean it like that, and I'm like,
you're like, bitch,
yeah,
I
and
need
I'm
you
like,
to be on my
bitch,
side
you let
right
me complain. Yeah, and I feel like it's not the same, you know what I mean? Like, and, like, I know the friendship won't be exactly the same. And I could still talk to her about, like, my boy thing. But, like, it won't. That's, like, you inherently can't be fully, like... Open. You know what I mean? And I'm fine with that being with, like, a friend. Like, that's fine. But I don't think I could handle it if it was, like, my best friend.
She went to college. Well, Sophia's best friend is a guy. So
just kidding.
I don't think we'll have this problem anytime soon. You know?
Soon?
You know, we were talking about the dating shows that they do on YouTube and stuff. Well, now that I'm in LA and stuff, I'm like, maybe we'll look into those, apply or this or that or whatever. But I was thinking about it and I'm like, Jesus, like, how would I even do that? Because, like, I've seen clips of some of them and one of them's like, what's your biggest red flag? And I was like, what's my biggest red flag? And I was like, I think I have some pretty big ones. Like, I majored and work in finance. I think that's not a problem, but I think a lot of people would consider. I feel like finance, bro, is the equivalent of like astrology girl with guys where girls are like, ugh, gross. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Anyways, majored in work in finance. Then I'm like, not big enough. What else do we got? And I'm like, I call my mom every day.
Mama's boy? Oh!
But
that's so funny because at
genuinely
I was about to say that's really funny because like if on paper it's like an on paper thing where it's like I call my mom every day, they're gonna be like but like I don't think mom has enough has a big impact on like when you make a decision, like
that's what
you make your fucking decision.
Like
if you're like I like this girl, mom's gonna be like, oh, she's a whore. you can't like her, you're not gonna be like, you know what, you're right, I don't like you. Like, no,
That's
like
what I was gonna say.
you'll be like, nah, mom, you're crazy. Like,
I
you know?
think what girls 22 to 27 think of when they think of mama's boy, I don't think I'm that. Like, I genuinely strongly believe I'm not that. But I do call
You're
my
not.
mom every day. But I would just say it like that and just leave it at that. You know what I mean? Like, I call my mom pretty much every day. What I wouldn't mention is that I also call my dad every day. And what I wouldn't mention is that there are some days when I don't call my mom. Anyways, but then I was thinking about it more and I was like, what else do we got? And then I was like, I've never dated as an adult, which I think is like huge. And I was like, I haven't been on a first date since I was 17.
I don't think it's necessarily a red flag. I think it's more of a.
I think it is. I think among girls it is. Like,
I don't know. It depends. I feel like that's very much it depends on like the person. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like a lot of the reason why that could typically be considered a red flag is because the other person, like you, the single person that has been single for like 5 ever, right? It's not necessarily that it's your first relationship, so like you already know stuff, but I feel like high school relationships versus like adult relationships are different, right? It's more of a.
I'm like, I don't even know, like, how does this work?
I think it's more. I think as long as you have good communication, it shouldn't matter if it's your first. I think that's mainly where the problems arise when you don't have, like, when you haven't had like
to be an adult in the relationship.
You don't know. Yeah, you don't know how to like communicate your feelings to your partner, and I don't
see that being an issue.
I don't know you like that, you know, with like other.
I know how to talk to people. Sophia, when have I ever not let my feelings be known?
Yeah, but like sometimes you do it and it makes me cry.
It makes you cry? Fucking pussy.
Because you're mean about it.
Anyways.
See, that was very hurtful.
But then I was also thinking about it, and there's some, you know how some of them, it's like one guy and like 6 girls, and then some of them are just one girl and 6 guys? I don't think I could do the one girl and 6 guys, because I'm bad enough at flirting and dating as it is. No way in hell am I doing it head to head with a bunch of other guys. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I don't think I could stand out in that. You know what I mean? Or I don't think I could, like, I don't think my skills would shine in that setting. I think I'd be way better off being the one guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You think you would be better at the, you know, the box one where like you're blindfolded and then they sit you at the box and there's a button where it's like, nah, you know what I mean? And then like it'll turn on and like you have to, oh wait, no, I'm getting too confused. There's one where you were blindfolded and it's like one-on-one and then they ask, like there's a box in the center that's like asking questions like, hey, did you know that? So they'll say, like, the box will say, like, hey, girl, did you know that Oscar's biggest red flag is that he calls his mom every day? What do you think about that? And, like, so sometimes it's just, like the box will prompt you guys to talk. And then at the end, you reveal, like, and then you talk a little bit like that. And then, like, yeah. I feel like I don't like that one. not that one. But, like, the one-on-one ones, that one, like, I'm just like, like, it's too, like...
direct.
Like, yeah. I think I would do better if like I was one of like 6 girls.
You know how it'll be like one guy and then I'll have the 6 girls and then they'll like have each of the girls do like a pickup line or do like a question or something and then the dude's just going off of that. I think I'd do way better with that. Because I can always respond. I'm really good at responding. I'm not very good at starting the conversation. You know what I mean? So like no matter what they say, I can think of something to say. And if the point is to be funny or this or that or whatever, like I can do that. But like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah. I think I would be better suited if I was like one of the 6 girls or the one girl and there's 6 guys. Like that one specifically where there's multiple like.
Yeah. But just one and
I
one.
think, but one and one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I couldn't do that one and I couldn't do the Tinder one. The swipe
the
one,
live
like,
face to face. Yeah, no.
I would feel so bad. It would hurt my feelings, and I would feel so bad if I was on the other side of it.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Feel bad. I'd be all right.
I would feel bad.
I would
like where it was like me.
All right, I'm such a dickhead. Go ahead.
What's called where it's me and like the 6 guys and like you eliminate them by like whatever. I think I would also feel bad on that one, but like not as bad because usually with those ones the other person's like covered. Like they'll do it by like by their clothes and they first show their shoes and then their pants and then their shirts. Or sometimes they'll be like, oh, it's a glow up one, you know? So they'll show a picture of like when they were like a kid now. You know what I mean? So like, yeah. So I would feel less bad because I can't see your face. But I would feel awkward when they come out and I'm like, sorry, I didn't pick you.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. No, yeah. But the one-on-one ones, I feel like that one's more like, or like there's one, also one-on-one. You don't have the blindfold. You just sit there and the button, like you just talk. Like it'll give you prompts, but there's a button on a box. And when the box turns red, you can press it And if I press it, the person I'm sitting across like leaves and they get switched out. You know what I mean? Or if they press it before I can, then I have to leave. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that one's also the same. I would feel too bad, like unless it was like major red flag where the guy's like, no, yeah, I believe that women should like not have jobs and only clean and cook at the house and wear lingerie, but like no opinions. They can't have opinions. And like they always have to like, you know what I mean? Very misogynistic. Like,
Yeah.
not that there's something wrong with like a woman who like wants to just
Stay at home.
be the stay at home. Like that's fine, but there's a certain way that like you can convey that without like if it's like, oh yeah, I'm fine if she does that and I'm fine if she works too. Like that's like very different than like, no,
this is who you are.
This is who you are, like, or else type of thing. You know, it would have to be like
spilled a lot of crumbs.
He would have to be like an asshole, like a very big asshole, or like really misogynistic for me to be like, yeah, bitch, I'll press the button. I don't care. But like, if it's just like, no. If like, I don't know if he's an asshole. No, that's listen. No, because that's the thing. If he's ugly, I would feel bad. If that was the only reason, I would feel bad for pressing the button. Because they ask you, oh, why'd you press the button? And then I'm gonna have to be like,
this ugly
I didn't like his face.
Look at him. Why do you think?
You know what I mean? Or I have to like come up with some bullshit like, oh, I just thought we weren't vibing, which is just code for he's ugly. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I would feel bad. That's my point.
One thing about Sophia,
I need to find you attractive.
Fuck with ugly dudes. That's so funny. It's so funny.
It's because listen. Here is the reason, right? Like if we vibe, right? But I'm not attracted to you, then we're just friends. That's a friend. The main difference between like friends and like girlfriend and boyfriend is attraction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what I thought of? I think the formula, the blank plus blank plus blank equals girlfriend material. The things that make that equation true, the things that guys have in there are different than the things that girls have in there. And it's weird. And I think you just defined it. Because like a guy, if the girl's good looking and she's cool and whatever, she got a big old ass or something, whatever guys like.
Oh my God.
Like, if literally the boxes are checked, then it's like, yeah, girlfriend material. I want to date that girl. Girls, it could be like, he is good looking and he's funny and he's smart and he's this and he has similar beliefs as me and we see eye to eye on that. Like on paper, he could be perfect, but there's still some like mysterious ether of like, I'm either attracted to you or not.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like,
and that's what I was going to say actually, like, cause it doesn't necessarily have to be like, I'm not saying I'll only date an attractive man. No, I'll only date if I'm attracted to you. That doesn't necessarily mean like you're conventionally attractive. There's some people that are conventionally attractive that I'm just like.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if right now on paper you said the people that I'm attracted to are typically whatever, dark hair, fucking pretty Timothy Chalamet looking ass motherfuckers, or this or that or whatever the fuck. If you describe the physical characteristics of someone you're typically attracted to, like your type, as a girl, you could find someone that checks all those boxes, and just for whatever reason, that guy, it's just not doesn't work. To me. That doesn't happen with guys. Like if a guy's like, I like brunettes with fucking, I can't think
fat asses.
I was gonna say I can't think of any like physical characteristics that guys might like. Yeah, like I like brunettes with fucking big cheekbones and sharp jawlines and whatever the fuck. Every single fucking brunette with big ass cheekbones and a sharp jawline, like that guy's gonna like. There's not this this additional mystery factor of like, yeah, she checks all the boxes, but it doesn't work.
It's like, so funny that you're saying that because like I think that's so funny because have you heard of, I don't think you've heard of this, but there's been times where like there's this girl, right? Let's say she's on birth control. She meets this guy.
I've heard that that's a thing.
Yes, they date. And then she's like, you know what? I don't like what the birth control is doing to my body. Or I just, whatever. For whatever reason, she decides to get off of birth control. And then she gets off of birth control.
And then her hormones go back to something else or normal or switch up?
They go back to her normal. And it's like, oh, like I'm not as attracted to you anymore. It's like a smell like thing. And just like, you know what I mean?
That's
and also vice versa.
That's how I know girls
vice versa. There's vice versa. No, it's like I don't even know, like a genetic thing. Like I don't know.
Control, and then when they are on birth control, they're not attracted to them anymore.
It just and that's so trippy to me. That's so.
I believe it, But that's how I know girls are bad people. Cause like if I was fucking married to someone and then I got on birth control or I got like a vasectomy or some shit and I was no longer that attracted to them in whatever which way, I'm like, fuck me and my feelings. This is the person that I've committed to and that I've said like committed to being with, and then that's gonna be it. I don't care if I'm happy or attracted. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I don't think girls have that conversation with themselves.
No, yeah. No,
I'm
I
just
do
kidding.
think
I don't think girls are
it's-
bad people. Hold on, I need to say this because people are stupid.
Nah, he does. Everyone yell at him.
I'm just kidding.
No, but I was gonna say it is also like interesting just because
That
like
shit's
just
crazy.
interesting how like that's literally insane. Like it's literally insane. But I was also gonna say I think I don't know. I feel like sometimes people also have too much of a what's the word? Idealistic maybe like
Yeah.
idea of like
Yeah.
love or whatever.
Yeah.
And like what it is. And I'm like no. Like, and I think that's why usually when people break up, you know how there's the different stages. It's like the honeymoon stage, and then like where you like fight a lot, and then it's like finally if you can get after that stage, I can't remember what it's called, but after that stage, that's like when it's like, ah, okay, like you know what I mean? And like I very much see like relationships as like because I don't believe in soulmates. You know what I mean? There's some people who are like
Oh, yeah,
genuinely
I
are
don't-
like, soulmates.
I don't either.
I don't believe in soulmates. I think there are like people that like you can like vibe with, but the thing is naturally like as you grow, you change. Like you like it's normal, but it's a matter of like picking someone and you're like, okay, I choose you and I actively choose you every single day. You know what I mean?
Through
And
your changes and
I
through my changes.
through
and
your
yeah,
changes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking
I
about.
choose to grow. I choose to grow with you.
That's what
you
I'm
know
saying.
I mean?
Like with the birth control thing, it's still like if you really had that mentality and that approach to it, I feel like that's what it would be. But I mean, I'm not in that situation. I'm not gonna be. So
I know, and that's I was about to say.
I'm not gonna.
That's not to say like
you know.
Yeah, and I was about to say that's not to say like when that happens to women, like every single time they're like, all right, I'm done with you, goodbye. But it's just a phenomenon that does happen.
Phenomenon.
Just crazy.
Phenomenon. What is that? I don't know what the actual song is or what it says.
I don't know, but when I first said it, I was thinking of it's a phenomenon. A what? A feminine phenomenon.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Is that the Chappell
It's a
Roan
song.
I haven't heard it. I just looked at the album and saw that there was a song called Feminine.
Feminine. Yeah.
Anyways, what the fuck was I gonna say?
Oh.
Wait.
Bam.
I was gonna say something.
Wait. I didn't know. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I think no, I don't want to say that. Anyways, no, I think a lot of people do have the wrong approach to relationships too. Like, I think people are looking for something too perfect. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. With soulmates, I don't believe in soulmates in the sense of like there's one person and you and that one person just like mix or mesh or match in a way that you'll never find anywhere else, and in a way that is enough for you to get through anything and make it together or whatever. What I do think is that there's a certain type of person and several of those people exist, right? Like there's several people out there that fit into whatever box, and that is the right type of person for you. Not that there's only one. You know what I mean? I think that there is a right type of person, but not that there's only one of those people around. I think there's several.
I've decided that I need someone who's like a little traumatized. Like I need someone with like some baggage. I don't think like just someone who like was really raised like listen, someone that was raised like really properly and like and don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying that I need someone who will traumatize me. No. Like, I want you to be able to, like, sort through that trauma.
They
but
just have to understand that
they just have to, yes.
Up. And they can only understand that if they're a little fucked up.
Yes.
I get that.
But like, I think someone, I think,
You know what I think? I think
what?
I have to be the ghetto one between the two of us. Like, if one of us is the ghetto one, it's got to be me. Because I can't do that shit. Like, you know what I mean? And ghetto, I don't like to use that word, and I don't often use it as far as describing people or things. But there is such a thing as like classy behavior and not so classy. So on the classy, not classy scale, she has to be further closer to classy. And I'm a pretty dignified motherfucker. And Big O kind of like can't stand that about me. But still, when it comes to shit like you know how, what is it? I don't remember what show it is.
Like, she has to be the type of person to, like, if she farts, she's gonna step outside of the room and fart. Because, like,
Not
that's
necessarily
polite,
like
you
that.
know?
No. Not necessarily like that.
You're
I
like,
don't
nah,
think.
she can fart all over
No,
me.
no. I was gonna say. I think I would prefer a bit of a lady, not because you're not. You have to be a lady, but just like I think I would naturally be more attracted to a lady. You know what I mean? But I get it if you fart every now and then. But like
someone
you can
who's
also,
more in touch with their feminine side. That
there's
you're more
also
attracted to
reason.
more.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
yes, I can smell a fart, but there's it's within reason. You know what I mean? Like just within reason, like to have a handle on it. Like like I'm not gonna take the shit out of the toilet to smell it. Like that's too far. I'm just gonna smell the fart when you fart. You know what I mean? Like within reason.
Yeah.
Within reason. Anyways.
Within reason.
On the classy, not classy scale, I have to be the less classy one because I'm a dignified motherfucker and I can't with that shit. Like one of my exes, she was definitely further on the other end than me, and then there were times where like we'd be wherever and she's like, "Oh, just do this," or like, "Let's just do that," and I'm like, "Bitch, what?" Like,
no.
I didn't call her bitch, but I was like, "Nah, no thanks. I'm not down." Like, nah. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, which show was it? In Breaking Bad, you know how Hank, the cop, his wife, who's the sister of whatever, the bitch.
Yeah, Skylar.
You know how she fucking shoplifts? Or no, she doesn't shoplift. She doesn't shoplift. She goes to like open.
Doesn't she?
Doesn't she? I think she does, right? She shoplifts like regularly, like it's her thing, and she like goes to open houses and like pretends to be a different person at different places and shit. Like that type of shit. Like if you're a person that shoplifts semi-regularly and doesn't really see a problem with it, I don't think I could do it. Not that I can't do it, but it's like I would definitely be the
occasionally. Like I'd be like,
yeah,
no,
it's that type of shit where I'm like,
just
no,
don't.
like I'm not with it. I'm not with it. You know what I mean? Like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Or like if you're, hold on, real quick. If you're the type of motherfucker to go to Costco to get gas and you park on the side that is opposite of your fucking gas cap and you pull the fucking gas thing all the way across to get into your car because you're so fucking impatient you can't just get on the proper side, that can be the only flaw and then it'll work maybe. But like I can't. Like you ridiculous asshole. Not because of people like you, all the lines are the same fucking length. Might as well get in the one where it's on the right side, right? If all of you got on the right fucking line, then these lines would be shorter for the people that have the cap on the fucking right. But because of motherfuckers like you, now all the lines are long as fuck. Might as well get in that one. Like, anyways, that type of shit is where I say I'm like a fucking dignified motherfucker where like I just won't do it. Like, it's so ridiculous.
No, I think I would need like I think I would want to date someone who has more patience than me. Like for you, it's a classy thing. For me, it's a patient thing. And I think I'm a very patient person. Like I think I have like.
I think I'm not patient with you guys. I think I'm very patient in general. But go ahead.
No, yeah, no. I think I'm very patient in general, and I think also within the family. I think out of you, me, and Celeste, I probably have the most patience.
But
like within the family patient, too.
Right? We can agree on that.
Depends on.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. It's Celeste.
Anyways, my point is, I think I would need someone like to either match it or have more. You know what I mean? I can't have someone with less patience. Yeah. Because like. Yeah. No, well, like I can't.
The classy thing, that isn't the only thing. There's also other things where like.
No, yeah. There's like I think that's very much like there's a lot of factors that come into play, but. Yeah.
Like I also think.
No.
I also think I haven't. This sounds kind of me. Never mind. I don't know if I want to say this.
I think I would want to date someone because because you think about like what are hard nose, right? And then what are stuff like I'd prefer, but like if I find someone and like everything else is like all the other boxes are checked, like that's fine, you know? Mm-hmm. One of those ones for me is, or no, I bounce back and forth between that being like I prefer versus like no, like yes. A guy like he has to have like a sister, you know what I mean?
Oh yes, I know what you mean.
He either has to have
nah. What if she's the only girl with 3 brothers? That doesn't suffice, does it?
Not necessarily. No, like it's different. Like
he just has to have at least one.
Yes, because I think that guys who don't have any female siblings like
are vastly different.
They're just like
than guys that do.
It's very different, yes, and like. it's just, I don't know if there's anything scientific or like any research that shows that, but just like in like the guys that I have met, you know what I mean? It's just the way like typically
Yeah,
that
they
they
grow up
treat
around boys and shit.
slash view like women. It's just different. You know what I mean?
Because
That and
there's no
also I
frame of
wouldn't.
reference for them to build off of. Like their minds
Yeah.
and opinions kind of just run free off of whatever they
Yeah.
get from each other, which isn't their
Yeah.
fault really, but it's also not the best way to go about it. But anyway,
It's also like I also don't
it's
want to have to deal with
not
that though.
their
Like
fault
you know what
that
I mean?
it's a problem, but it is still a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I think, and that one usually it flips back and forth between like no, like it has to versus like I prefer. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But no, for sure, a hard like
No way.
pass is like the very much like mama's boy, like
actual mama's boys.
actual mama's boys. Like I am in a relationship with you and basically your mom too. Like actually, I think I'm in a relationship with your mom. And like
can you define that?
you're just there.
Define that
Like,
for me. Like define, like
it's one of
characterize
those-
that relationship, because I'm not entirely sure I know what it is, or
Okay,
I don't know
so
how
mom-
what girls think it is.
It's when like their mom's opinion, like one, like let's say to you and your girlfriend got in a fight, right? And then you go to mom about every single fight you guys have, and then mom tells you like, no, you're right, like it should be this, it should be that, and then you go back to like your girlfriend and you're like, yeah, no,
Mom said,
my mama said I'm right, like I'm right. Or also, you and your girlfriend, right? Your girlfriend's like, ooh, I really want to go to France, right? Like you're trying to figure out where to go on vacation. And she's like, I want to go to France. No.
Oh.
I want to go to France, right? And then you're like, yeah, that's pretty cool. That ain't too bad, right? And then you tell your mom, you're like, yo, mom, I'm going to France. Ain't that cool? And then mom's like, no, like there's a bunch of bad people in France. Or like, no, France is like so bad at that time of year. You should go to Italy. Like you should, no, like that's a bad idea. And then you're like, you know what? Yeah, you're right, mom. That is a bad idea. And then you go to your girlfriend and you're like,
we can't go to France.
We can't go to France. We can't go to France. Like it's when the mom's opinion
Your
about
mom
like
is like half
everything.
of your brain.
Yeah, it's a very, when you're like very dependent on your mom for everything. Like you don't have any of your own thoughts. All of your thoughts are your mom's thoughts. It's that's the mama's boy like mentality.
Well, ladies, I'll
You know
have
what
you
I mean?
know, I call my mom every day, but I don't listen to her at all.
I don't know
listen.
if that's a good
I don't listen
point.
to anything she says.
No, yeah. So I think like a mama's boy, or on the flip side, someone who treats their mom bad. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like calls their mom like, shut up, bitch, or like, like whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't,
But then
like
at
it
that
can't
point,
be too heavy
those
on
guys
either
are
way.
just poorly raised and like you know, not well adjusted.
No, yeah.
Because
Because those are the guys where like they'll treat you like a fucking princess for however many months, and then like they get more comfortable, and then their true colors start to show. You know what I mean? Because I very much am a believer on like your friends and like you are who you surround yourself with. That, and also how you treat the people you're closest to, that's how eventually you will treat me. Those are big indicators.
Oh, that's what I was going to say, because you were talking about mama's boys.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a mama's boys, guys, that's a problem. You should fix it. This is my podcast, so I'm going to express my opinion on the matter. Girls, I have a problem that you need to fix. If you are not married to him, you should not come before his mother. And I think a lot of girls are going to disagree with me there, but I think you're wrong. Like, have you ever seen those videos where like girls will be like, they'll just be asking their boyfriends questions and this and that, and they're like, rank the women most important in your life, and they'll be like, my mom, you, so and so, or whatever, and they're like, why am I not above your mom? And they're like, because that's my mom, she's the woman that raised me, like you're never gonna be above her, whatever. And then girls lose their shit, and then in the comments they're like all fucking like, oh, he's a fucking man child, and this is my opinion on the matter. If you're still girlfriend, you should not be above mom. You shouldn't be above mom until you're fiance/wife. Like, it doesn't make sense to just get into a relationship with a girl you've been dating for a month and you're more important than the woman who fucking raised him.
Yeah, I was about to say I feel like it depends on how long the relationship has been.
It depends.
You know what I mean?
It depends on the length and the development of the relationship, right? So
yeah.
If you're already married, you shouldn't be married to someone that you wouldn't put above your mother, right? As a guy.
Yeah.
Especially if you have kids with her and everything. Because then it's, or they're like people will be like, it'll be fucking wife, daughter, and mom, rank them and dudes will be like,
Yeah.
mom, daughter, wife,
Then why?
and people get mad that daughter is above wife, and I'm like, fuck you, that's my kid. Why would she not be above you?
Yeah.
Like, especially,
I feel like that one.
especially like
I
if
feel
we
like for
divorce, yeah, she's above you. What are you talking about? I feel like that it should be
Yeah.
kid, wife, mom. But anyways, go ahead.
I feel like that one. I've heard people say, because I've heard like several people. I think honestly, the only acceptable answers for those, like mom has to be third, no matter what. If
those
mom
three?
is not third,
Yeah.
for those three, if mom's not
If you're
third,
at that point in a
you're
relationship,
doing something wrong.
yeah, exactly.
But I've heard different, like, what's it called? I've heard different arguments, because at first that was the way I thought too. I was like, no, yeah, it has to be daughter, wife, then mom. But I've heard the argument for like, no, it's supposed to be wife, daughter, then mom.
That doesn't make sense to me.
And at first that's I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. And I'll show you the video because I'm gonna butcher it. But like, I still don't necessarily agree with that. I still do think it's daughter, wife, then mom. But I was like,
Good argument.
I see your point. Like, I see your point.
Some
Like, they were saying,
the
like,
only argument I saw was, is that what it says in the Bible? And I'm like, that's not an argument. But anyways, go ahead.
oh no,
I assume
No,
this
the
is
one I
not
saw,
that.
It was, yeah, no, it's not that. No, the one I saw, it was saying how like you and your wife are in it together. You guys are both raising your kid, and she has to be like,
It has
you
to
have
be
to
a
make sure
unit,
that
like a joint effort.
a joint. So that's why because she is you, and you guys are like,
You have to be
you're in it
cohesive.
together. You're making sure you have to be, yeah. And don't get me wrong, there are instances where like you have to put like
Yeah.
that, but they were saying it was that, and then they're like, because eventually your kids are gonna grow up, and then they're gonna go off, and they're gonna like do their own thing, and it's still gonna be you and your wife type of thing. And I was just like, okay, I can like see where the argument's like coming. Like I won't think you're an asshole if you put your wife and then daughter, so long as you're like, but that's like literally by half of a point. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like a for sure.
I think
You know?
there's a difference between like, just because if we're ranking importance, I would never rank anyone over my kid, period.
Yeah.
Importance. Like,
Yeah.
who would I take? Whose side would I take against anyone else in the fucking world? Never gonna put
Yeah.
anyone above my kid. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
how long we've been married. Doesn't matter if our kid doesn't live with us. If it's you or them, I'm taking the kid.
Yeah.
That is not the same thing as I'm never gonna have your back, or I'm never gonna
Mhm.
agree with you in the argument with the kid, or I'm never gonna support you in how we choose to parent the kid. Just because the kid is more important to me doesn't mean I don't fucking realize that you and I have to be a team to raise the kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't
And so I
negate
think
that. Like,
that's what I'm saying. So when people say like rank it, I think it just depends on how you take that question.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But no matter how you take that question, your mom
Should
your
be
mom has to
third.
be in third place.
If you're
Like,
already
it should
married
be
and
third.
already having kids, mom
Kids?
should be third. Like,
She should be third. Yeah, like you
But-
cannot.
hold
You
on.
cannot.
Stop turning this back on the guys. My original argument is to scold the girls. If you're a
Oh, yeah.
girlfriend and you're not, even if you're not engaged and or married, it's pretty unreasonable to think that you should come before mom. Even if you're like 2 years into a relationship, like, you have to be more than 2 years into a relationship to then be thinking, yeah, I should be above mom. But even then, if you're 2 years into a relationship and you're not already in, like, the guy isn't already in his head leaning towards marriage, of just like, yeah, I think that this is what I want to do, but let's check off these boxes. Let's move in together first. Let's this, let's that before we get there, right? Cross that
Get
bridge
there.
when we get
Yeah.
there. If you're not at that point in your head 2 years into a relationship, I think, you're in a wrong relationship. But anyways, a year and a half, just girlfriend with air? No. How the fuck? Why would you ever? Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like,
Yeah. I think also though because a lot of the times I think that goes back to like being a mama's boy.
I think that's what it
do
gets blamed
understand,
on.
like-
That's what it gets blamed on.
Yeah, but I was gonna say I think because a lot of the times when that happens
It is.
in their head, they're like, he's a mama's boy, but like no, like it's very much yes, like you can love your mom like more, like that's your mom, that she gave you life, you know. But I think it's more of a don't be like spineless about it either. Like if your mom's treating your girlfriend like shit, or like is always like, oh, like her like very like
yeah. Where
passive aggressive.
You don't even do anything about it. Like,
you don't do anything about it because you love your mom. Like no, like I think
No, no.
that's another. You know what I mean? And I think it's the type of thing where that alone, you picking your mom over like you saying that, like, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean in every single scenario that you pick your mom.
you have to
over
be
your
on.
girlfriend.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Ranking of importance doesn't necessarily directly translate to the behavior, right?
Yeah.
My
And
mom
I
might
think
mean
usually
more to me at this time, but if she's being rude or this or that, that's still not okay. But then that type of shit,
Yeah.
it falls back on everyone too. Why is mom being rude? Why is girlfriend not standing up for herself? Why did you know what I mean? Like,
See, but that's another thing too. Like, I wonder if like, because I've thought like, I was like, oh, what if I have like in-laws that like don't like me? Like, how do you
fuck
go
that
about
bitch.
handling that situation? And in my head, I'm like, all right. In my head, I'm like, either I deal with it or you deal with it. Like, if you feel some
If you
type
don't
of
want
way
me to
of
deal
like,
with it, then you need to deal with it.
then you need to deal with it, and you can't have any complaints on how I deal with it because you're not fucking
You don't
stepping
want to
in.
deal with
You
it.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's how I see it.
Yeah, I think that's a good argument.
Yeah.
That's my thing is like, I'm willing to deal with it. I don't like the idea of being with a person who isn't willing and capable of dealing with it themselves. Not that they have to, and I'm not willing to do it for them, but if you're not the type of person that's capable and willing to stand up for yourself, I don't think I want to be with that type of person to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, that's a whole
Mhm.
other fundamental thing. But
Mhm.
then again, it also goes back to mom, where like I saw a video where the dude was getting in the car and the girlfriend was in the front seat, and the mom comes and like opens the door and she's like, oh nah, you got to get in the back, I don't ride in the front. I mean, you got to get in the back, I don't ride in the back type shit.
Yeah. See, I feel like
And
that, like,
right there, mom's being a bitch
mm,
too. Like, that's not
yeah.
cool of mom. And then the girlfriend
Yeah.
gets out and she's like, what are you talking? She's like, what do you mean? She's like, you got to get in the back, I don't ride in the back, like whatever. And then the girl turns to the boyfriend like, oh, are you gonna do anything? And he was like,
Get in the back.
that's my mom, bitch, like get in the back. And then
Yeah.
the girlfriend's like,
No, yeah.
whatever, I'm just gonna leave, I'll drive myself. And then the boyfriend was getting mad at her and this and that. And I'm like, everybody's a problem here. Like, mom
Yeah.
not being willing to sit in the back for the girlfriend, bit of a problem. Girlfriend not being willing to sit in the back for the mom, that's a problem. Guy not standing up or defending both sides, that's a problem. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I was gonna say
it's all
with
a
that one
problem.
specifically, like if she knew that the mom was coming, like for me, if I was there, like if me and my boyfriend were going somewhere, right? And then he's like, oh, like I need to pick up my mom, we're gonna go too. I would go to the back. Like I wouldn't have stayed in the front. You know what I mean? I'd go to the back and be like, all right, so your mom can like get a shotgun. You know what I mean? If it was kind of like a surprise thing where it's like, oh, I need to stop. Oh, yeah. And then she's coming and then she just opens the door and she doesn't even give me a chance to like
Yeah.
go to the back, then I would have a problem with it.
That's
Like
what
I
I'm
would go to
saying.
the back.
That's what
like,
I'm saying. Everybody's wrong in this situation. Like, girlfriend,
you know what I
not-
mean?
the
Like
girlfriend not being willing to go in the back for the mom not being willing to go in back for the girlfriend, the guy not being willing to defend the girlfriend and protest the mom of like, yo, that's not cool. Like,
that's hard though, because it depends. Like
I think all of
'cause I
them. I
think-
think all of them are doing something wrong.
I think they're all doing something wrong. I think in that particular situation, I think the mom is
the most in the wrong.
I think the mom is at fault for starting the problem. I think the boyfriend is at most in the wrong for not sticking up and being like, "Hey, like
Mm-hmm.
you can't say that. Like that's not cool." You know what I mean?
But then also, also it depends. If it's
like it would.
if it's the first time this girl's around the family, get in the back. If it's your wife
yeah.
that you have kids with, mom, you know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
also develops.
No, yeah. Because I was gonna say like if it was what's it called? Like I think I wouldn't have said if it's like the like I don't think I would have said anything. Like if I was there and then she opened the door, she's like, get in the back, I don't sit in the back. I'd be like, oh yeah, I got you. But best believe later on when me and my mans are alone,
gonna
I'll be
hear
like,
about
why
it?
the fuck? Yeah, he's gonna hear about it. And I'll be like, why the fuck did you let her talk to me like that? Like you need like I'm fine with sitting in the back. That's not a problem. It's the way that she told me that's a problem. And you gotta fix it. Because if you don't and it happens again, I'm gonna fix it. That's the thing where I'm like, either you do something or I'm gonna do something. And you're not gonna like the way I do it, probably. Like, you know?
Also, if your significant other doesn't let you stand up for yourself against their family, leave them.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I think like
Yeah.
too many egos. Everybody can't have
Yeah.
an ego in the situation because then it's all gonna fucking go to shit.
Yeah. Like someone has to like be willing to fold.
Well, no, because I don't agree with that either. Like, I don't think there's value or in being the person that folds. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Or
I think
expecting
just for
someone to
that-
be the person that folds. Anyways, we're pretty well over time.
Anyways, that's it for today, guys. Let us know what's the biggest red flag in a girl and what's the biggest red flag in a guy. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Maybe if you liked it. If you didn't, I'll like never see you again, I guess. Goodbye.
Astrology.
Bye.